Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land and hosted by myself, Rolene Marks, every Monday to Thursday on our various social media channels. So before I tell you about those channels, let's take a look at those top stories. And PM Bennett goes to Washington. In fact, he landed in the U.S. Capitol just hours ago, and this is ahead of his first meeting and actually his first state visit as a prime minister. Tomorrow he will meet with President Biden, and as we know, top of the agenda will be Iran, and he will present Israel's plan that he says has been in formulation for the last 2 months on how he believes we can curb a nuclear Iran as well as regional aggression. But the Prime Minister will get off to a very busy start when today he will meet with U.S. Secretary of State Blinken as well as Secretary of Defense Austin, and I'm sure they'll be talking Iran as well. Before the Prime Minister departed for Washington, he took part in a bipartisan Zoom meeting with various congressmen and women and explained to them that it was his belief that preventing a nuclear Iran is very good for the United States as well as the state of Israel. And we will be giving you some updates as they progress tomorrow in the next edition of the Israel Brief. Meanwhile, we are absolutely quelling and celebrating here in Israel. Yesterday, we told you that the Paralympics were starting in Tokyo, and Israel got off to a magnificent start today with our first gold medal. Now, it's historical because Iyad Sharabi, who is the winner of this gold medal, is the first Arab Israeli to have won a gold medal for Israel. He has participated in 3 Paralympics, coming fourth in each time, but this was his year and he took the gold for the 100-meter backstroke. Now, it is really, really moving because Sharabi is deaf, he is mute, and he lost the use of both legs in an accident in childhood. So we are absolutely thrilled. His father, Yusuf, was in Tokyo, and when he was asked by Kan News, how does he feel? He said, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Great celebratory words from Mr. Shalabi indeed. And we hope to bring you many, many more medals from the Paralympics on behalf of the State of Israel. And our final story takes us to the northern part of Africa, and a diplomatic spat has been brewing between Morocco and their neighbors, Algeria. Last night, Algeria announced that they were severing diplomatic ties with their Moroccan neighbor. And the reasons they've given are somewhat interesting. They've tried to bring Israel into the mix. They say that Morocco's talking to Israel or engaging in rapprochement, as well as inviting our foreign minister Yair Lapid, and we brought you the story about that historical visit just a week or so ago. And they also claimed that Morocco has been allegedly using the Israeli spyware software Pegasus, and of course the jury is still out on whether or not Pegasus was in fact designed as spyware or just misused by those who purchased it to spy on Algeria. Morocco has not commented, but the King of Morocco has said that he hopes that peace between Israel will lead to increased regional peace as well. So we will follow the story as it develops in the north of Africa. So those are our top stories making headlines today. Don't forget to check back with us tomorrow right here on Facebook, on our Facebook page at Lottel Site. If you haven't already liked or followed us, please do so, and please share our content. We seem to fall prey to the censors. So if you want to help us get Israel's side of the story or news from Israel out to your friends and family, please share this broadcast. We are also on YouTube. Our channel is the Israel Brief. And if you're watching there, please click on that red subscribe button at the bottom of the screen, and please share our videos and invite your friends too as well. We want to get as many people hearing news from Israel as possible. Our website is www www.layoftheland.online. We have a very interesting article about somebody tracing her roots. I'm not going to tell you more. I'm going to invite you to check it out on our website or on our Facebook page. And that is by Advocate Craig Snoyman. And we are on Twitter at @LayOfTheLand5. That's at @LayOfTheLand5. So with the Wednesday edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rolene Marks, about to join the rest of the country in celebrating Yad Shalabi's magnificent win at the Paralympics today. And we'll check in with each other tomorrow.